The etching in the steering wheel always was interesting on this car.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. Oh, what you said about the
Hi, Jason Vansickle, Curator of Vehicles at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, here next to the 1912 Indianapolis 500 winner, driven by Hoosier native Joe Dawson. The National Motor Company was founded in part by one of the founders of the track, Arthur Newby. Their headquarters eventually was on 22nd and Monon. Most of the building's still there today in some fashion or the other. But the National was a really neat, interesting story. This is what the early founders wanted when they thought of early automobile racing here at the Indianapolis 500, being stripped down passenger cars. And with the National, you couldn't get more stripped down than that. What they did, obviously there were some modifications made to the engine, the 4-cylinder engine, but really if you would put fenders on this car and headlights, you would almost have a passenger car of the era. Some other interesting facts about the car: the National still today holds the record for the largest displacement motor to win the Indianapolis 500 with 491 cubic inches in the 4-cylinder engine that it has here. The 1912 Indianapolis 500 was dominated by Ralph De Palma, leading all but the first two in the last 2 laps of that 500. Unfortunately, late in the race, De Palma suffered engine problems, eventually throwing a rod and actually pushing alongside with his riding mechanic, his Mercedes, to attempt to win that 500 with a broken car. Joe Dawson at the time was 5 laps down, and during that time unlapped himself, passing De Palma 5 times and eventually leading the last 2 laps to claim his Indianapolis 500 victory. Joe Dawson held a record here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 99 years. He had the designation of the driver to win the 500, which led the least amount of laps here, leading lap 199 and 200. That record was broken by none other than Dan Wheldon. That memorable finish in 2011 where J.R. Hildebrand wrecked coming out turn 4 on the last lap, Wheldon passing Hildebrand on the straightaway, only leading about a couple hundred yards, broke Dawson's 99-year-old record onto Wheldon's second victory at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.